from the radio stations in a 30-day period, unless otherwise stated. All prizes are to be picked up within 2 weeks at the studios inside the Big Red Barn at 2980 U.S. Highway 51, 4 miles south of Clinton. Our office hours are 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. weekdays. Any cash prizes mailed within 30 days of winning. Only if cash winners call our business line within 2 weeks of their name being drawn to provide their mailing address. Employees and their families of regional radio are not eligible to participate or win any contest.
You're from New Central Illinois, WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. Brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today is Krissy Conklen. She's the director of Head Start for Community Action. Krissy, how are you today?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, and thanks for making time for us as always.
Yep.
And, Krissy, we just got out of school. Why are we talking Head Start already?
Well, I mean, seems kind of crazy, but now is the time to make sure that our families are thinking about the fall already, even though it's a couple months out, but thinking about fall, thinking about where their children are going to get educated if they're less than 5 years old. And so now's the time to apply.
All right. Well, let's dive into Head Start a little bit and just give us kind of that overview of the program, who it's for, what you do. What is Head Start all about?
So Head Start in and of itself is to get children ready for the school. So that's really the main goal. So we serve children. We serve actually pregnant moms through the age of 5. We have 2 different programs. One is early Head Start. So that's pregnant mom to age 3. And then when they turn age 3 and if we have a spot open in that preschool classroom, then they will go into that 3 to 5 preschool classroom.
Gotcha. Very good. Very good. So with those different levels, what are we focused on? Let's say that birth to, what did you say, birth to 5, birth to 3?
The whole program is like pregnant mom through 5.
Yeah.
But, we have 2 different kind of age groups.
Yes. Yeah. So let's break down those age groups. What are the age groups and what are you focused on with each of those?
Yeah. So in both of our classrooms and our center-based classrooms, we use creative curriculum as our curriculum. Lots of school districts, it's, I think, the number 1 curriculum to use. So it's well known because it works really well. So we use those in our classrooms. And then for our early Head Start, like home-based program, we have family educators that go into the home and they work with the parents, and then they work with the parents on how to work with their children and support their growth and development, communication, all those things.
Sure. And now you mentioned it is getting them ready for the school year. Is it for kids that like struggle in any way, or like with special needs or anything like that? Or I guess does that come into play at all?
It does. Yes. So anybody can apply to be in Head Start or early Head Start. So anybody can apply. We always welcome that. But as far as the families that are eligible for the program, anybody that is in foster care, maybe DCFS intact, if they have SNAP, so SNAP eligibility, or if they're struggling with a place to live that's not consistent for them, those are some eligibility factors that we have. So there are other factors that come into play too, but those are pretty common. But yeah, if people don't have any of those, they can still apply and they can still get in. It just kind of depends on all the criteria of all the other applications. Got it.
Yep. Sure. Is availability pretty robust at this point? As I remember 8-10 years ago, it was really tough to get into Head Start. Like the message was apply now, we fill up quickly. Has that changed at all?
I wouldn't say so. I would say that message is still the same. Yeah, definitely. So the idea is to apply now. I mean, just for when you're trying to get into other programs or even just the school district,
Mm-hmm.
like there's registration days that are a couple months ahead of time because everybody needs to plan and numbers and all that, staffing. So we have the same type of, prep work and things like that.
Yeah. And for young parents specifically, the thought of pre-K kind of sneaks up on them. You don't realize, like, until you've gone through it once, you don't realize how competitive of a process, and not to, not competitive in like my kid's this and my kid's that, but it's just like there's so few pre-K options that you really have to think about, where are you going to go? What are you going to do for that if that's something you elect to do?
Right. That's true. There's lots of different daycare type options or, programs, school district, whatever it is. But something that I would say that sets us apart from several other places is the fact that we focus on the whole child and the whole family. So when children are in our program, whatever age that is, we have other staff members that work with the family. So if a family is struggling with budgeting or they want to buy a car or they want to get a different job and they need to do some training, we help with that. We help them make the connections with going to community college or some other training or setting up meetings, working through applications with them. So it's not, the education of the child when they're with our staff, but then also the children are going to benefit when the family is in a better place.
Totally.
Financially, mentally, socially, all of that.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
Totally.
Really.
Totally. Again, Krissy Conklen is our guest this morning. She's the director of Head Start with Community Action in studio with us today. What are some of the things that you're going over with kids in this program? I mean, it looks just like a pre-K program that you would find in like a public school, maybe a church, something like that. Talk a little bit about what it looks like.
Yeah, a lot of similarities. We have to follow the Head Start performance standards and DCFS regulations, so all of that. But as far as what it would look like in a classroom, you would see time for art. You would see meals. So we serve breakfast, we serve lunch, we serve snack. None of this is cost for parents at all, so they don't need to worry about that. There's literacy time, and there's small group time, large group time, science, math. I mean, all of those things, exploration, outside. I mean,
for sure. And as kids go through the program, I mean, are the benchmarks the same as, like I said, comparing it to the public school, maybe a private program, are the benchmarks the same in terms of, things that you want to see them do in terms of motor skills and all those things?
Yeah, we actually yesterday just had a huge group of people look at all kinds of data for the whole program. One of those pieces is focused on creative curriculum and literal school readiness. Where are the children at cognitively? Language development, literacy, math, all of those. And by looking at all of those scores, we have had a lot of growth this year. Like I am really happy with what I see program wide, and then also just breaking it down by each classroom or each location. So
do you mind diving that more into that? Like, what did you like about what you saw in all the data and those sorts of things?
Overall, our our two criteria for growth or good outcomes, if you will, meeting our goals is 20% growth in a certain area or achieving 80%. And so overall program wide, we missed, I think it was literacy by one percentage point.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But all of the others were above 80. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Especially knowing throughout the year, there are children that come and go,
Oh, really?
Move, people come in. Especially for early Head Start, there's a lot more because they literally age out. So there's a lot more fluency and changes with that. But
I understand.
It was very positive.
Very good. Very good. Now, I wanted to dive into, Krissy, you mentioned, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, now is the time to register. Let's talk about registering for Head Start.
Yeah. So registering is completing an application. There's a few different ways to contact our capsule community action. If people want to go on the website, it's capsule. headstart.info, and you can go there. And when you're there, you can go to the Head Start department, and there's just an interest questionnaire, just name, county. And then that email actually gets sent to me, and I send it to whatever location I need to. That's one way to do it. We have a lot of information on our Facebook page. So if somebody wants to do it virtual that way, we have a chat option at
So you can register online now.
So we actually had this discussion yesterday. So we had a lot of talk about that and doing the whole process online. So that's going to take some time, but that's definitely something that I want to look into.
Cool.
Because it's easier for some of our families to do things because technology, right? So, that's something I want to look into, but I still also think it's important to maintain things that are just on paper because some people do better with that. And it would be ironic if we didn't provide multiple ways of helping our families.
Right.
That's what we stand for.
Sure. Now, when someone is registering for Head Start, what do they need to have at the ready? Whether it's, I don't know if there's like income, proof of income, or, you know, I guess, what do they need? Yeah.
So ideally, if a family is ready to apply, they would have the birth certificates of the children. A certified copy of that would be great. Proof of income. So whether that is from taxes or SNAP eligibility form, that would work too. Those would be the two main ones. If insurance card would be helpful, but I would say those would be the two big factors.
Yeah, for sure. Very nice. Very nice. What have I missed in registering for Head Start? Why is now a good time to get that process started if we're not thinking about, if we have till the fall, I guess, before it starts up again?
Just to secure a spot. Because, there are lots of families that will think, oh, it's August. Oh my gosh, I need to figure out placement for my children and school and this and sports and all of that. And August is crazy. And so now is the time to make sure that you kind of have your plans figured out and you have something set up for your children so they have a place to go. That would be, it just helps with the whole idea of, okay, this is figured out. This is planned. I got a spot. We're good. It's confirmed. All that.
Yeah. So. Peace of mind early for sure. Very good. One more time, Krissy, how do folks register for Head Start? Where do they find information about the program?
Capsule.info. They can go there. Call our central office, 217-732-2159. Visit our Facebook page. Even just go to the site. So in Clinton, go to 25 Cedar Square and walk in, and we can help you out there too.
Stop in for a visit. Very good. Krissy Conklen is the director of Head Start for Community Action, our guest in studio today. More to come with Krissy on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
Spring just has a way of putting a little more energy into everything. Brighter days, warmer air, and more reasons to get out and enjoy it. Your home should keep up with that. At Hickory Point Garden Homes, you'll have your own one-story duplex with bright open spaces, a private patio, and neighborhood walking paths just outside your door for that perfect stroll in the spring sunshine. You can spend less time managing your home and more time enjoying the warm spring days ahead. See what that feels like at Hickory Point Garden Homes in Forsyth, Illinois, and step into comfortable living for 55 and better.
Insects have reigned since the dawn of time, adapted to their surroundings, experienced the harshest climates and toughest challenges until now. With 2 modes of action, Ridgeback insecticide delivers one devastating outcome for soybean aphids: extinction from your fields. They may have lived through it all, but they won't survive this. End soybean aphids reign at ridgeback.corteva.us.
SIU Center for Family Medicine is here to help with back to school and sports physicals. Healthy kids learn better and play harder. Call 217-735-2317 today to schedule your appointment. That's 217-735-2317. SIU Medicine, forward for you.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
Here's Matt Hart, owner of the Hart Media Group in Clinton, talking about continuing to serve the community through new ownership.
Things came together and we reached an agreement to purchase. And as you mentioned, we closed August the 1st. So as August the 1st, Miller Media Group is now Hart Media Group. And we're continuing to serve the people of Clinton and DeWitt County and Monticello and Bloomington and Decatur and everywhere, because we'll just keep connecting people as we've been doing.
The Hart Media Group looks forward to continuing to serve the community for years to come.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in the studio today is Krissy Conklen. She is the coordinator for Head Start with Community Action. Krissy, I know we've talked about this a lot in our visits together over the years. Educators, a huge need for the Head Start program. Let's talk about this. What do you need?
Yeah, so some of our open positions that we have right now in the DeWitt location is a bus driver, a classroom assistant, and then an early Head Start teacher. And then in some of our Logan County locations, a Head Start teacher, a classroom assistant, early Head Start teacher. So yeah, those are some of the positions that we have open.
All right, very good. Now, you what is the struggle with keeping educators in the Head Start program? Because I know your thresholds are a little different than others. What makes this so challenging?
Yeah, I would say there's multiple factors. So some is just, people move and their situation changes, so that's inevitable. That happens. But beyond that, it takes a lot of patience and love now to work with a lot of the children that we have. And that's not just in our program, but I would say any program, all programs all over, it takes a lot of patience and love. Years ago when people used to think in elementary school, oh, I want to be a teacher, I want to work with kids. That idea and what it looked like at that time is very different from now. And so, yeah, some people struggle with that. Right.
Yeah. And I know you're like the standards that teachers in terms of like their training is a little more robust for your program. Am I remembering that right?
Yeah. It kind of depends on the different positions that we have. For a Head Start teacher, they would have a bachelor's in early childhood education. So they would have that. For an early Head Start teacher, bare minimum, they would have a CDA. But then after that, they need to work towards their associates and ideally bachelor's in early childhood after that as well.
Yeah. Is that something, and I don't know if you keep track of these things, is that something Head Start as an overall agency is advocating to change, to be like, we're struggling to find teachers, there's already a teacher shortage? Is that something like Head Start writ large is approaching, like from a federal level, to say we could really use this standard maybe relaxed a little bit so we can find teachers?
Not that I'm aware of at this time, but I mean, yeah, like you said, it's not a secret. Like anybody going in any type of education related field, like there's a shortage for it. And I've been in education of some kind for, I think, almost 20 years now.
Isn't that hard to say? Yeah.
It kind of hurt a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, and even just in that time frame, like it definitely has changed. No secret, COVID, of course, has changed how we operate in every aspect of our life. But so
Sure. Well, a couple of minutes left with you yet still here, Krissy. What did I miss about whether it's the educator side, whether it's the registration side? Did I miss anything in those conversations you want to put out there for us?
I would like to reiterate just getting applications in. It's really important for for communication with us on getting your child an application and hopefully a spot in whatever classroom that is. And the way to do that is going to capsule.info is one way. Visiting our Facebook page is another way.
Mhm.
Calling us.
So I'm sorry. No, you're fine. I didn't mean to cut you off. Forgive me.
Okay.
Is there a deadline to register for Head Start for the fall, or can you register anytime?
You can essentially register anytime. It's essentially open enrollment throughout the year, so to speak, because we will have a wait list. And so when a child ages out, they move away, whatever it is, we can get other children in the program. So it's essentially open enrollment. But right now, thinking of that fall time and beginning school and all that, now is, a big push for that.
Yeah. You mentioned the job availabilities. You may have said it and I missed it. Did you have certain openings in certain locations?
Yes. So for our DeWitt location, so Clinton specifically, bus driver, classroom assistant, and early Head Start teacher. And then for various sites in Lincoln, Head Start teacher, classroom assistant, early Head Start teacher.
Got it.
So,
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. Like I said, you might have mentioned it and I missed it. So
You're good.
Forgive me for that. As we wrap up here for this morning, Krissy, again, the options available for folks on how to register. What's that process like? Where do they need to start and how do they get this going?
Yeah. They can go to our Facebook page, contact us that way, stop by any of our actual locations and just walk in the door and say, hey, I want to apply. And so one of the staff members will help them. They don't have to be a classroom staff member, so anybody can help them out with an application.
Okay.
Call our main office, 217-732-2159, or go to our website, capsule.info.
Do we have a start date for Head Start in the fall at this point?
Head Start will be August. We have training, so I think it's August 14th, I want to say.
Okay.
Because we'll have some training days before that.
Sounds good. Very good.
Right about that?
No, that's all right. I kind of put you on the spot with that one. That's okay. Very good. Well, Krissy, always good to see you. Thanks for making time for us.
Yep. Thank you.
Krissy Conklen is the director of Head Start for Community Action, our guest in studio here for this morning. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. And again, catch the morning show on Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance. Network news comes your way next on the morning show.
WHOW.